In whispered moments, truths begin to seep, like shadows cast by moonlight softly creep. Ignore them, darling, it's time for us to sleep. Petitioning to save your own skin is really the very worst sin. True love has no conditions, as everybody knows. Plant that seed in your garden and then see how that grows. Or remain on your knees with your begging bowl until you learn to save your own soul. Instead of worrying about the rules, I'm more about skipping school. I forgive myself for following my heart. If I can do that, why can't you? Now go forgive yourself or just go to hell. I'm gonna find new roses to smell. Once upon a time, not so long ago and not so far away, there was a peaceful hamlet in a shady forest, when in came a busload of big city tourists. The villagers put their best foot forward, all except for Lily, that is. She was trying to ignore it. She was in her garden picking flowers when one of the holiday makers opened her garden gate, just walked in and began to pray. Rosie knew her horticulture and she was a cultured girl. She had traveled the land studying flowers. She knew all their names and all of their colors. Lily, on the other hand, came from Lotus Land. She knew very little, but she did know that that's half the battle won at the drop of a hat. Lily was a homebody who had never left her land, and she was looking at something in her hand. Rosie asked Lily, "What are you holding?" "A rose," said Lily, "in a color I have never seen before." Rosie looked at Lily's hand and saw nothing there. "There's nothing in your hand," she snorted. "All I see is a crazy lady with a stare, staring at a handful of air." Lily held out the indescribable rose and put it directly under Rosie's nose. "You can't smell that either, I suppose?" "No," sneered Rosie, "and neither do you. I think there's something wrong with you." "Are you sure it's me?" asked Lily. "I'm pretty sure about what I see." "You calling me a fool?" cried Rosie. "I know what every rose looks like, every color from black to white. I even went to school. I'm an expert in this field, and I am telling you." Rosie raised her fist. "The color you see does not exist." "I know that I am weird," said Lily. Her hands went up. "You got me there, but to say something's wrong with me really isn't fair. Who are you comparing me to other than yourself? Besides," said Lily, "I don't recall asking for your help. I was trying to describe this rose to myself. I have never seen this color before. Whiter than white only says it's bright. Blacker than black says more than that, but that still isn't quite right. This is more like having new eyes. My old ones were blind. I now realize my old eyes were just fine," said Rosie. "See how they are rolling up into my head. Now I leave you to your madness. I have important things to do instead. I was a fool to try to help you. Can't fix stupid. But what are you going to do?" Rosie said, "Good day." She turned around and walked away. Instead of worrying about the rules, I'm more about skipping school. I forgive myself for following my heart. If I can do that, why can't you? Now go forgive yourself or just go to hell. I'm going to find new roses to smell. Lily didn't even notice as Rosie's footsteps faded away. The garden returned to silence. Lily was staring again, but not at the rose in her hand. Her eyes were gazing at the garden around. Every flower had a new color. Every bird sang a new song. Everything was perfect and had been all along. She saw that describing things is a little like butterfly wings. When you pin them to a board, they can't flutter anymore. The light fades away, and what was once a riot of colors turns to shades of gray. "Who did I think I was?" Lily said, "to question God's creation in the first place." As Lily closed that thought, a little bell rang and an angel popped up, wrapping Lily in her cloak. It smelled like frankincense with a hint of parlor smoke, as if she had just come from a drawing room. She wore a stole around her shoulders. She was holding a glass and a cigarette holder. "My name is Octavia," she said. "Take my hand and let's go up so I can tell you the juicy stuff. I've been waiting for a break in your talk to fly down here and pick you up. The lesson was tough, but now you have had enough. See what you can hear when you just shut up. When you let God let you. Now that's out of the way, what do you wanna do?" Lily only smiled and reached out her hand. "Good job, Octavia. Octavia said, "You have learned your lesson, so I'm taking you up to heaven, where we can talk in quiet." Lily only nodded. Octavia smiled and said, "Darling, I think you've got it." Instead of worrying about the rules, I'm more about skipping school. I forgive myself for following my heart. If I can do that, why can't you? Now go forgive yourself or just go to hell. I'm gonna find new roses to smell.